and welcome back to my channel. It's been a little bit as per usual. I am back in school, so it's been really busy lately, but nonetheless I have a little bit of a book haul to show you guys. I have acquired quite a few books over the past few months. Actually, some of these were gifted to me by my little brother. He lives in Arizona and he bought these for me during Christmas, and my parents actually took a trip over there recently to go visit my new niece. She was born on February 12th. Unfortunately, I could not go, but he sent these with them so they can bring them back to me, so that was really nice. These are actually from up to here. These are actually from Dollar Tree. These were $1.25. My mom spotted them for me and she's like, "Do you want these?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." But I love these. Just look at these. These, oh my god, I cannot believe these were $1.25. And then these are very floppy. If you're a book nerd like me, you just know what I'm talking about. The print is really big. So if I had the time to read like before, this is easily like a one day book for me. I could finish this in a day probably. But these were from Avon Books and they were $1.25, like I said, from Dollar Tree. No lie, I have been out of the Victorian Regency genre for quite a bit, but for $1.25 I figure why not give it a shot. So yeah, I will be giving a brief summary about the books as we go along into the book haul. I hope you all enjoy, and let's just get into the book haul. To start off with, we will start off with The Good Girl's Guide to Rakes by Eva Lee. This is the typical high society London romance type of books, but basically you have this young lady named Celeste who is the darling of London society. She's from high of royalty, she's well off, she's wealthy, and she's destined to marry kind of a stuffy old Englishman, so to speak. And she's kind of bored with her life. It's kind of, she's just going through the motions. She's really not looking forward to this engagement. But then she kind of gets it into her mind that she wants to go on an adventure before her marriage. She wants to kind of get into the scandal of the underground London parts and all that. So she wants to basically go on an adventure before she kind of gives her life away to this man. But anyway, she runs into Kyron, I believe that's how you say his name, and it's actually her older brother's best friend. And he's kind of in a predicament because he's kind of like the scandal, or the scoundrel, I should say. And he's kind of like the bad boy kind of character in the story. And basically his father gives him an ultimatum where he says, like, you gotta stop behaving this way because it's embarrassing, you can't be doing that. So you either marry to a high society girl who's well off, who's wealthy, or you're not going to inherit anything, basically. So basically he wants him to straighten up. So anyway, Kyron and Celeste, they run into each other and they basically strike a deal where he basically tells her, okay, I will help you on your endeavors and go on this adventure and kind of show you the wild life of London if you introduce me to some young ladies who are well off and, you know, be potentially married to me. So she's like, okay, we'll strike a deal and let's do it. But anyway, as the story unfolds, they kind of realize there's attraction between them, and it's kind of getting confusing as they're going along, because at first it's just like a deal, but now it's becoming something a lot more than that as time goes on. But then their deal is kind of discovered, and it basically everything breaks loose from there. So I'm looking forward to this. It seems like a very quick read. I love the cover. I love covers like this. Yes, I do judge a book by their covers, but I love these. I love the romance, I love the smut, I love everything about romance novels, so I'm looking forward to this, even if I'm not into it, like the whole Regency genre or the whole London kind of genre, so to speak. I'm looking forward to this. This looks like a quick read, and I have high hopes. And yeah, so we'll move on to the next one. Book is Gentleman Seeks Bride by Megan Frampton. This one looks really good as well. I love the cover, I really do, and I love the floppiness of the books. I'm very pleasantly surprised with these books from Dollar Tree. I'm looking forward to this one. Just with the cover alone, it makes me want to read it. But anyway, we have Thomas Sharp. He's handsome, he's well bred, he comes from again, a wealthy family in London, high society, and basically his father went through all their money and he's kind of at a loss because he has to raise his younger sister, but he doesn't know how to go about it and he needs money. So basically he's looking for a young bride who's willing to marry him and kind of help him get back on his feet and take care of his family. So then he runs into Lady Jane, who basically, Lady Jane Capel, I should say. So basically they run into each other. Again, same thing, kind of like the other story. They strike a deal. She's willing to help him find a potential bride because she's kind of in trouble herself. Her fiance kind of ended their engagement kind of unexpectedly. So she's kind of feeling down on herself. She's kind of lonely. She doesn't really know what love is. So she basically strikes a deal with him and says, you know, basically, I want you to show me what it is to be loved, to have attention on me, and basically fulfill my needs, so to speak. And his deal is he will do that for her, but he wants to be introduced to wealthy women and everybody in her circle, so to speak. So basically that's their deal. But then obviously as time goes on, they kind of realize they have feelings for each other and it gets all complicated. So again, same story plot, kind of like the other one. But either way, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm all for that. I love the angst. I love kind of like enemies to lovers tropes. And I love when it's kind of like, okay, it's a deal and there's no feelings, no hard feelings. We're just doing this to help each other out. But then eventually they fall in love. So I'm more or less hoping that's what happens. But yeah, so that's this one. Next up we have The Cowboy Says Yes. I believe this is a series from Rustler's Creek by Addison Fox. This one looks really good. I really love a good cowboy western book. If I haven't mentioned before, I love historical romance books. Obviously this is a more updated version, but I love all that western, cowboys, all that stuff. I love those kind of books. But anyway, we're following Hadley Wayne. She's kind of like a famous cook or gourmet chef in her town of Montana. And basically her and her husband, they're kind of living like a fake marriage. They're faking it for the cameras and everyone thinks their marriage is perfect. But unfortunately that is not the case. They kind of fell out of love with each other and they're kind of at a loss. They don't know what to do. They don't know if they want to stay married or not. But then her job actually forces them to leave their home ranch for whatever reason. I don't really know why. But then it kind of forces them to reconnect and kind of go through a healing process and understand why they're going through their kind of downs in their marriage. And it kind of forces them to acknowledge their issues and forces them to reconnect, as I said. And they, in the end, it's kind of like, will they stay married or not? So I'm pretty sure that's where the storyline's going to go. But again, Avon Books, very impressed with that. Love that idea in the story. So I'm really looking forward to reading these, obviously, when I have time. But anyway, that was the next one, and we'll move on to the next books. Now, these books are from William W. Johnstone with A.J. Johnstone. I am a huge fan of Johnstone's works. I have a bunch of his books. I came across his books a while ago, years ago actually, at Dollar Tree. And there's different series. Like for example, this one is a Red Ryan Western. Tongue twister there. But that's what this one is. I believe it's another series. But I love the Preacher series. I love the Mountain Man series. What is the other one? The Family Jensen series. I love those. And I got my grandma into his books. So we're huge fans of it. I actually have a bookshelf in the living room. It's just purely of his books. And they're kind of pricey at Walmart. I believe they're $5. But when I find them at Dollar Tree, I snag them. So for starters, we have The Last Stage to El Paso. And I never read this one before. This is a new one. Not really sure what this one's about. But basically, it's a stagecoach with character's name. The main character's name, is Red Ryan. I'm assuming that's why that's the series. And basically, he gets travelers who are a small group of performers with dark histories of their own. And basically, he's on an adventure with them as he's taking them to their next adventure, or their next destination, I should say. But with Apaches on the warpath and blood loss and a one-eyed cutthroat killer on his trail, this 400-mile journey is like something straight out of the worst nightmare, and all the roads lead straight to hell. So, yes, love a good Western. This looks really, really good. I'm looking forward to these. I haven't read a William Johnstone book that I don't love. So, looking forward to this one. And then we have this one, The Morgans. Like father, like son, they're deadly and deadlier. That one sounds cool. Just look at that cover. Amazing. Basically, it says family first, everybody else dies. That's interesting. And you have, in this one, there's nothing particularly unusual for a legendary gunman to be summoned to the lawless bullet-riddled territory of Arizona. But when Frank Morgan, aka the last gunfighter, rides into Tucson, he finds himself ambushed and kidnapped by ruthless Mexican bandit Ramirez and his army of thugs. The only way out is for Frank's son, Conrad Browing, heir to the vast Browing fortune, to ransom his father free. Interesting. Conrad heads down to the border and infiltrates the compound, but to prove himself, he has to hold up a train with the rest of the gang. And then it says, it's a wild turn of events for sure, but for the Morgans, when it comes to killing their enemies, it's all in the family. Ooh, interesting. That sounds like something from Yellowstone, my favorite TV show. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these. I'm very, very fortunate to have them. So yeah, those are those books. This is something more or less my grandma would read, so I picked this up for her. But this was a Hallmark book, so it says Hallmark Publishing, very interesting. And this is called Wrapped Up in Christmas Hope by Janice Lynn. Very interesting, and I'm assuming it's the small town kind of vibes, but I love a good Christmas Hallmark book. I don't read too much of those, but I'm pretty sure my grandma will like it. But basically, you have Morgan's late husband, who was a dared evil, and now she's a widowed single mom. Interesting. All she wants now is to be set up at a stable life for herself and her son in a small town of Pine Hill, Kentucky. And then she meets Andrew, who is a firefighter, and he has plans for his future, but he is looking for kind of like a slow, easy life as he goes along in his life. But when they meet, they kind of are drawn together when they volunteer into a, what is it called? Basically, they volunteer to make quilts for veterans at a local shop, and they kind of connect along the way. So I really like that kind of trope. Seems really cute. So yeah, I like this one. Not gonna say too much about it. I don't know anything much about it, but really nice quality. Again, very floppy, very nice. But yeah, this is something more I think my grandmother will enjoy. She likes Hallmark so much, and she loves Hallmark books. So I think this will be really cute for her. I think she'll enjoy this one. And my mom actually picked this up at a thrift store when she was in Arizona. It's called Strawberry Point by Florence Rowe Wiggins. This is just a beautiful cover. Love this cover. Very vintage. I love the little carriage here and the woman here, how she's dressed. I just loved it. Very, very cute. My mom thought I'd appreciate this. I actually redid my room a little bit. I took out my blue shelf and I have a nice white shelf with all the vintage vibes. I have my books on there and some knickknacks. It looks really cute. So I'm going to place this one right there. But not really sure what this book is about, but it's basically like a wholesome story. Let's see. Mrs. Wiggins has seen the Victorian age with its charm, as well as its hardships, give way before the fast-moving 20th century. Basically, I think it's like a wholesome type of book about a hometown and the people in it. So I'm looking forward to this one. Don't know much about it, but I kind of want to go into it blind because I really just want to form my own opinion. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. I wonder if let me see it without the dust jacket. Oh, it's even nice without the dust jacket. Look at that. It's very pretty. Love that deep red. But yeah, as I said, I kind of want to go into this book blind. I don't really know what it's about, but I just love the cover either way. It looks intriguing. So I'm excited to get into this one. And yeah, she didn't pick up too much, I should say. She didn't pick up too many books while she was there, but she picked up this one. She thought I'd like it. So thank you, Mom, for picking this up for me. Okay, these books I'm not going to give a synopsis on because these are very popular everywhere. I'd be surprised if any of you haven't heard of these books, but my little brother got me these for Christmas, so I'm looking forward to reading it. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I'm not a huge fan of Leigh Bardugo, but we shall see if I like this one. I think it's a dark academia kind of vibe, a murder mystery, I believe, in an Ivy League school or something like that. So we shall see if I like it. I'm willing to give it a shot. I don't know what I'll think about it when I read it, but we shall see. Again, I'm not reading yet, but I am anticipating this. I did kind of, I don't want to say promise myself, but I did kind of tell myself at one point, if this book was ever given to me, or if I found it at a thrift store for like, I don't know, cheap dollars or something like that for cheap, I would pick it up, but we shall see. Anyway, he got me this one. And then I also got Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This looks pretty good. I've heard a lot about this one. I don't even know if I said that right, so I apologize if I butchered that name. But yeah, this one, I believe it's about two young friends who bond over gaming, and then they meet sometime later, and then there's kind of like a romance forming. I'm pretty sure that's what this one was about. But either way, if you don't know, just look up the cover. I know I'm giving a bad description of this, but these books are very popular. So once again, I don't want to repeat myself, and I'm pretty sure most of you have read this one. This one, I was curious about this one, however. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Never read a V.E. Schwab book before, so if you have, or if you've read any of these titles and you think I'll like them, let me know or comment down below. Seems really good. I'm probably giving a bad description, but I will get better as time goes on. But I'm not into like the dark academia kind of books, not too much. But yeah, I will give this one a shot. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. Lastly, I want to end this on a high note. I didn't know this one existed. Did I need another Shatter Me copy? No, absolutely not. But did I want this one? Yes, I did. So this one I ordered from Walmart, I believe in the beginning of February. Look at the sprayed edges. Just look at that. I did not know this existed. I came across it, I think, by fate, because I was randomly Googling Shatter Me editions after my Fairy Loot unboxings, and I came across this one. Tahara Mafi just came out with this one, and if Google serves me correctly, I believe Unravel Me is coming out May 9th, and it's pink. It has gold foiling. It's beautiful. But I just had to pick it up. Look at the shine on this. The gold foiling. You got the bird, if you know her. If you know where that's from. And look at the sprayed edges, and then you have the ribbon bookmarker. It's just fabulous. So that is going on my collection right over there where I have my Shatter Me series. So I had to buy this hardcover, but it has like that pretty leather bound, I don't want to say leather, but it's that soft material. I can't even think of the name right now. And then look at the end pages. Beautiful. Love it. Ribbon bookmarker right there. Just fabulous. Love it so much. Love it, love it, love it. I will be collecting special editions of the Shatter Me. So that's just my thing. I don't know if any of you are like that for your special books, or you have a specific book you love and you'll collect all the copies. Obviously, I'm not going to collect every book or every edition that comes out, only if there's special editions like this one. Is that a valid reason? I don't know, but it is for me. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this little book haul, but this one was from Walmart. These were gifts. This one was a gift from my mom from the thrift store, and then these were from Dollar Tree. A huge score on these, so I love all these books. I cannot, just look at this stack. Fabulous. The only one I've read, obviously, is Shatter Me. If you know me by my channel, you should know about Shatter Me already by now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading all these books at some point. It's been hectic. I'm in school again. Once again, it's going to be like that for a while. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading. Actually, I want to mention, shout out to my sister-in-law. My brother recommended the Shatter Me to her because I told him to. He bought her Shatter Me. She loved it. She's reading Unravel Me, so I'm so excited for her to read it. She has to get to book 3. I really, really hope she does. But she's really into reading right now, so I'm so excited what she thinks. I want to hear her thoughts. I just want to know everything, so I really hope she loves it as much as I do. Anyway, besides the point, I hope you all enjoyed this book haul. I hope you're all doing well, and I will hopefully see you soon in my next videos. Bye.